Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your general tarot message for the month of August. Let's take a peek and tap into what energies are floating about during the month of August. We do have two significant moon phases happening this month. First being that solar eclipse in Leo on the August 12th, and then in 2 weeks after that, it will be the full moon in Pisces lunar eclipse. So we are in eclipse season. Expect the unexpected. Eclipse energy brings about a lot of wild cards where things we don't see coming, things that are here one day, gone the next, that sort of energy. So the first cards that show up pulling out for you are the Bask in Nature and the Portal to Success. I feel strong meditation with the bask in nature energy, so this could be a very important month to, just stay grounded, get outside, in touch with nature. Blessed assurance, so portal to success, blessed assurance, beautiful energy. I feel something is manifesting for you throughout this month. It gives me the vibe just already about more than one thing. So I don't feel like it's any, oh, I've manifested this one thing. I feel like there's multiple things manifesting. Look, and there is that energy of receptive, being receptive, receiving these blessings. Bottom of the deck is don't give up. So this gives me that vibe of somebody really being at the, at a portal, at a threshold. We do have the A8 Lion's Gate happening as well. We are effectively feeling that energy. So if you're kind of feeling a little bit discouraged down in the dumps or just feeling in a dark space right now as a result of what you're trying to accomplish or what you're trying to manifest or bring to fruition, don't give up. I feel like you're at the finish line. Don't quit before you reach that finish line is how I'm feeling, and free of attachment. Really nice. Wow. Treasure of abundance on the bottom of the deck. So super great energy popping out here for you, Pisces, for the month of August, where I feel there is this, whatever it is you're manifesting, I feel like it's liberating you from something that may have had you feeling really stuck, stagnant, delayed. I just gives me that vibe of like not where you want to be sort of energy, and there is something that's taking place that is changing in regards to all of that. Let's clarify some of these cards. We're going to start by clarifying the portal to success. I do feel a big thing for you is going to be getting out into nature and to be grounding, staying grounded, getting grounded, touch the, step on grass, stand in the sand, be outside with nature, hug a tree, that sort of energy. Five of air, this gives me the feeling of the energy that I feel you're in right now, where you may be stuck in your head or during your, thought process, that sort of energy where you're feeling very conflicted. There can be a lot of energy that is, um, I don't know if I would feel the word confusing, but I just feel like stuck, maybe in the an idea that you have or the way to implement something. But it does, five of air are challenging. Fives are challenges. So it feels to me like I feel somebody needs to step out of the box, right? Like to explore different ways of doing things or bringing something to fruition. There does feel like there's an old, outdated mindset maybe on the way someone does something. Also, be mindful that this could be, you know, where this five of air could be negative seeds being planted, fears, doubts, insecurities. Somebody saying something that gets you caught all up in your mind, overthinking, overanalyzing, trying to um, figure things out. Wow, yeah, look what popped. I don't know if you heard it pop, but there it was, the Eight of Water. This is like somebody turning their back on the past. They're putting the challenges, they're overcoming the challenges, they're moving away from them, they're moving forward. Look, bottom of the deck is the World card, closing out an old cycle, right? And heading towards their horizon, heading towards brighter days. There's ships coming in, that sort of energy. That could have been what somebody has been really challenged with, is turning their back and letting something go and walking away from a situation that it could have just really, whatever that situation is. But it does feel like to me somebody is recognizing that in order to get Eight of Cups goes to the Nine of Cups, their wish fulfillment, right? And then the Nine of Cups ultimately leads to the Ten of Cups. They have to let go of something. They have to leave something behind. Could be a pessimistic attitude or thought process or view on life, something. It can be so many different things. You have to take what resonates, release what doesn't. You know where this fits for you, or if it doesn't. Um, Check your other signs for your sun, moon, rising. That can also help. Let's see. Let's get some clarity on this reception, because the portal to success is activated through overcoming this challenge, leaving it behind you, moving forward, turning your back on something. Let's see what this receptive energy is, the sacrament of the present. I feel like this is opening up to the opportunities and the possibilities that maybe you just overlooked or didn't pay no mind to. Um, I kind of feel like you're seeing, look, I cannot, did you hear the card flip? Eight goes to the nine, and there is that nine. This is opening up to receive those gifts, that blessing, that wish fulfillment, to embark on this new journey. Major Arcana card. Where else did we see the Major Arcana card? We've seen the World card. So this is like really closing out an old cycle. A lot of you may have been feeling that energy lately, like I'm not in alignment with this anymore. This just doesn't feel right for me anymore, or just something just isn't settling with your spirit, your soul, and your spirit, and you're recognizing that something has to change. There is a challenge that you're faced with and having to overcome in order to move forward. So the Nine of Water talks about, is clarifying the sacrament of the present. This is that receptive energy of opening up, ready to receive, claiming that energy. Let's get another energy. Wow. Eight of Air. Something's trying to keep you stuck, though. And because it's so many swords, I feel like it can be something within your own mind, like if you constantly think worst case scenario, or you feel like you can't do something because you're stuck, trapped, bound. I'm feeling somebody has to rise above this. They have to meet this challenge head on. They have to look, the moon. Oof. So with the moon being at the bottom of the deck, I want to see what's underneath it. We'll look together. So we got the moon, and then we got the Hierophant, and there's that five again, right? Um, I don't typically break down when I see the major arcana cards. I don't like condense those numbers to, like, I don't have an example out here, but when I see this 18, right, and you bring that to a 9, 9 talks about completing a cycle. With the moon card here, and then the Hierophant, you have two major arcana cards right here. I feel like there is this, and the moon can represent fears, doubts, insecurities. I'm also feeling unknown. So you could have fears of the unknown, fears of what's going to happen if you leave something behind, if you head in a new direction, if you go after something you desire. And those fears, whether, like it's challenging to not feed those fears, but it's important not to feed those fears, because those fears can stop, block, slow us down, delay, or bring through the failure of a situation by claiming that energy, right? I kind of feel like somebody has to rise above all of that, overcome this fear or this challenge of the mind, to get unstuck, to take a leap of faith, to move free, free of attachments, move forward fearlessly is what I meant to say. Four of Waters. This is like rejecting, and I feel like Four of Water. Yeah, you're rejecting something that I feel. I kind of feel emotional attachment. Like Four of Waters can be rejecting something that may be in the past provided emotional stability, security, safety, that sort of energy for you. I do feel like this is somebody facing a fear, getting out of their head, in that negative space, right? Getting out of the negative mind space and rejecting that altogether. I feel like this is them being guided. Six of Air talks about being guided, and I feel like somebody is being guided to move forward towards something. I feel destined, fated, closing a situation out. Another five, five of water popped right out, four to the five. So bottom of the deck is the seven of earth. So right away I want to say a couple things. It's interesting, and you, if you watch any of my readings, you know this doesn't happen all the time. But to go from the eight of waters to the nine of waters, then go from the four of waters to the five of waters, right? I, eights and nines typically talk about the end of a cycle. I'm seeing a lot of double numbers out here for you as well, right? The eights are double, the fives. I've really seen the fives three times because I've seen it at the bottom of the deck somewhere. But I do feel with what I'm looking at right here, August is a very pivotal month. It's almost like making the choice to liberate yourself from the old way of being, the old way of thinking, being stuck in draining, I feel draining situations. There does feel like there's something that's really kind of rattling somebody on the inside when it comes to their thoughts and their feelings. This could be the fear of letting this old cycle go in order for a new cycle to begin. I kind of feel like this is where you get that opportunity to jump off that hamster wheel and stop repeating a cycle. Like, to, you know, if you want better, you got to do better. If you want more, you got to step outside your box and do things you've never done, or experience things, or try things, or whatever this may be. Um, I kind of feel with whatever you're leaving behind, because I do feel you're going to reject being stuck and stagnant. I do feel like it does come with some sort of emotional challenge associated with it. Like, if this is about you leaving a long time job, position, career, something like that, right? At once upon a time, I do feel like it brought you a lot of wish fulfillment, happiness, joy. I feel like once upon a time it was in alignment for you. And it can be very scary, right? To think of, well, this is all I've ever known, and now I'm going to embark on something that it's like starting all over again. And I feel like that's yes, right? Like it may start off a little bit turbulent, but it's because it's uncharted territory. It's unknown to you. There's not that safety and security net that's sitting there for you. But I feel like there is this intuitive knowing, and there is this sense of knowing that there is something better for you, or something that you want, that is not going to come through in this old way, or this old space, or this old cycle and chapter in your life. I feel like it's time to embark on something new. So let's keep going. The nodes just left your first house, right? The North Node just left your first house. If you are a Pisces rising in those degrees, or somewhere in those degrees, that, and now it's in your 12th house, it's in the sign of Aquarius, and that talks about closing out cycles. It talks about seeing things that were hidden. We did see the moon show up out here. um, so it can be the recognizing of those things, closing out those cycles, hidden enemies, being discovered, that sort of energy, which can absolutely be bringing somebody through some challenging mental and emotional experiences. Once you see, you can't unsee, and sometimes it's not the easiest thing to process. I feel, though, it's a necessity, right? So sensuality is the first card coming up. This is from the Mystical Wisdom Oracle deck. This is about being comfortable in one's own skin, and when I feel that energy of this card, I'm also feeling that energy of somebody who is really comfortable with their authentic self, with this is who I am, this is what I love, this is what, you know makes me shine, this is what brings me life, whatever this is. And not, no, like, maybe once upon a time you played small, or you kind of like, I feel, just played small, like didn't allow yourself to, for whatever reason, maybe you just didn't feel comfortable in expressing your authentic self. But I feel like that has shifted, that's changed with that North Node just recently going through um, your first house, right? You could, could have been that 18 months of really, eye-opening experiences, of really doing some deep soul searching, of really getting in touch with who one really is and tapping into that. What bottom of the deck is invite serendipity in, and that's exactly how I'm feeling up here. It's like they're entering this portal to success. They're opening, they're receptive to receiving, they are free of attachments. They're not letting these things tie them down, tether them into old ways of being, negative ways of thinking, um, that sort of energy. And I feel they're very comfortable with the direction that with who they are and the direction that they want to take. So let's keep moving forward. Let's keep moving forward. Next card that comes out is gratitude. Be grateful for all that you have now. And I went to flip the bottom of the deck and see, and look, this is that person standing on the edge, right? This is coming to the edge. This is about ready to take a leap of faith, and you can see the beautiful little mermaids that are sitting here, even the dolphins, ready to support, surround, and receive, right? Ready to receive and join, like be a part of this new cycle. And it flipped up, so I seen this one, seven heavenly virtues. This is like making that wish, which we've seen up there, that nine of cups, making a wish and having this come right to you. Keys to goodness. This is like, again, that receptive energy, like something coming at you. When you are receiving it, you're claiming it, you're catching it. You're not letting it just fly by. Every card that I'm kind of looking at in here so far, her arms are wide open receiving. Her arms are, or their arms are wide open receiving, open and receiving, open and receiving, open and receiving. Like this is about time to open up, to let that guard down, to allow that beautiful abundant energy to flow through, whether this is, whatever part of life this is for you. So it does feel to me like this is going to be an extremely big month. I mean, I know it's going to be anyways because we are in eclipse season, and that just is the way it goes during eclipse season. But it does feel very life changing. And look, it came right out. Seven heavenly virtues, the keys to goodness. This is receiving it. Look, choices. This is making great choices that are really attracting all of this stuff in. Your vibration must be higher. And I feel like it all started with the inner work you did on yourself over the last 18 months, that you're now very comfortable and feeling confident in your own skin as you embark on the future. So let's grab one more energy. Let's grab one more card to see what other energies want to show up for the month of August for the sign of Pisces. Please take what resonates, release what doesn't. If this reading does resonate with you, please claim it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Discover your courage. Yes, that makes so much sense to me when I'm looking at all of this, because I feel like when the North Node was in your first house, you were doing a lot of shadow work. You were doing a lot of work on yourself. You were doing a lot of deep soul searching, really being honest with oneself about what's for you, what's not in alignment anymore, making some tough choices, decisions, really that could have been part of that challenge. And look, learning to let go, letting go, and letting go of that old cycle in order to embark on this new cycle, which I feel is going to be a very beautiful change for the future. I didn't even talk about this card that's sitting on the deck over here. And that is the Seven of Earth. And I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you are, it feels to me like your direction, the direction you're going, or what you're focused on investing your time, energy, and effort into, has shifted. It's changed. And I feel like, the physical, your external life, resources, source, that sort of energy is going in that direction to where you want to now focus your time, energy, and effort. I feel someone was stuck for a long time, like they just been feeling blocked, And I feel they've also recently made a choice and a decision to, you know, head in a different direction, focus on a different direction is what I'm feeling like. Invest in something, like nurture something, grow something, see something else take off. And I do feel like, there's a lot of things that come with that, the fear of the unknown, the stress, the worry, the emotional um, things, from letting go, surrendering, saying goodbye, that sort of energy. I feel like this has been a very long, let me say, long road or part of someone's journey to get to where they are, but I feel like they're ready. I feel like they're ready, letting go. And then it says friendship, nurture your friendships and follow your intuition. I feel like somebody's heading off into a new direction and saying goodbye to what feels like a safety net or security or what they know, what they're comfortable with, and they're heading into uncharted territory, which, like I said, can be very scary, but I feel it feels very liberating, and I feel they're recognizing that they feel very aligned with that direction. I hope this serves you well, Pisces. Again, um, please don't forget to like this video, leave a comment if this resonates with you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you would like to buy me a coffee, my link is in the description box below. Have a great day and enjoy the month of August.